Mr. Hart's on Zoom.
Okay.
Mr. Hart is the iPad.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. I would like to call the August the 3rd school board special call meeting to order. We have Mr. Hart, he's online on our Zoom. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Hart, because you're online, when you say aye, you have to say your name.
All right, Dale Hart, aye.
Opposed? Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda as written? Motion.
I second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Aye.
Dale Hart, aye.
Opposed? At this time, we have the report and presentation of the business of the superintendent.
Thank you, Madam President. Number 3, report and presentation of the business of the superintendent. We have 3.1, approval of authorization to negotiate potential property purchase.
Can I have a motion and a second?
I move that we approve of the authorization for the superintendent to negotiate potential property purchase.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Aye.
Dale Hart, aye.
Opposed?
3.2, approval of 2627 Macomb School District dropout prevention rate.
Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
I second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Aye.
Dale Hart, aye.
Opposed?
3.3, approval of 2627 Macomb School District restructuring plans.
Can I have a motion and a second? Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns?
Yes.
Ms. Hall?
Under vote 2, under specific, it has restorative justice. Can I get an explanation of what restorative justice
What page are we on?
is? You're on page 9.
probably out of the learning process, not having to do anyone else. With restorative justice practices, students have an opportunity, once they have broken a rule, or not, behavior acceptable, they have an opportunity to re-enter their own environment. They have certain practices that may allow them to gradually re-enter, also placing behaviors that are inappropriate, standards and appropriate behaviors, but not alienating them from the learning process, allowing them another chance to re-enter, to restore themselves to appropriate behavior so it is not impeding their learning.
Doesn't include like a stepwise plan.
I mean, it should be, on a step plan, based on what has happened and like the time frame of, okay, so just say whatever, I'm not gonna say, okay, so I'm just gonna say whatever happened, and then having steps to say, well, you know, what level this is on and how to correct it, like over a certain time period, or, it could be certain people involved, whether it could be intervention, behavior specialists, just a stepwise to see how you correct it. And also it's kind of information to the recidivism piece where someone may be having issues with something, but and receive the right of rehabilitation for to make sure that it's not a repetitive thing that you continue to happen. So whatever process they can go through to help them not repeat the same behaviors. That's just what we're saying. So it connects with recidivism. And if there is not a step-by-step process, we'll make sure that it is like a record for something to happen to get into the law.
My second question is, under relevant, it says a positive school climate that fosters strong teacher-student relationship and encourage daily student attendance, free from disciplinary disruption. I wrote down is, should that not say it encourages good behavior and not daily student attendance, since it's under student behavior?
I think with the two, they kind of go hand in hand with, as far as when I look at it, from encourage daily student attendance. If I'm there every day, I have the opportunity to see what's well or what's expected of me, the expectation. So, and free from disciplinary action. Excuse me, some more time. Apply to school. Say the question one more time. I'm sorry.
So to me, it should include student attendance and behavior, or student attendance should be removed and address behavior. Since the goal 2 is to improve student behavior, and goal number 1 is included in attendance. See what I'm saying?
So you're saying you want to be up? Right. Gotcha. With the program, with high school process.
Thank you.
I just want to add, a part of that, when you look at our current absentee rates, a lot of it is due to disciplinary practice and consequences for other projects. And so we do want students to be trusted. We also want to get to the root causes of the disciplinary misbehavior, because something's different. So it may be that we treat each child differently, equitable, but you don't know what the root causes are. So we have to get to that. And so we have to give it an opportunity to let them know. There may be some things that we do to make them act this way, but let's talk about how to do it appropriately. Let's see if we can kind of eliminate some of those barriers to the make the right choices. But we need you present in the classroom. So the attendance is a very, very important piece that you got to be there, but you also have to remain there with you and all others.
Right. So if it's gonna be that, then I think it needs to include attendance and behavior.
And she just brought my attention, like I said, I'm sorry, it's kind of caught a little hard with a couple of questions. But in the focus area at the top, under the goal, it does point out that the focus areas are attendance, behavior, and course performance. So, like I was saying, they do kind of go hand in hand because it's touching all of the areas. Because they kind of all impact, they all impact each other. Attendance, it goes with course performance and of course behavior. But the whole thing, I have to be there in order to learn, and I have to behave as well in order to learn. Because if it's chaotic, the learning is just not, it's not going to be stable.
Thank you.
Any more questions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Dale Hart, aye.
Opposed?
3.4, approval of donation for Higgins.
Can I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns?
I have a question.
Ms. Martin?
For usually whenever we receive something, there's a dollar amount, and I know that comes later on, what we're gonna be voting on. Shouldn't the letter indicating from the principal, indicating what was received, shouldn't it include a, dollar amount?
Ms. Martin, there was a partial shipment of the donation that was made, and the company said when they complete, send everything out. That's why at this time, we're just receiving on paper what actually is in the building and not, a dollar amount from is it Selma? Selma, and they're gonna submit the complete packet of the overall, but it was just a partial payment, but to keep us in line with, our policy, all donations, so at this point, we have not received the dollar amount until we get the complete shipment.
So I'm asking the attorney, because I was thinking that whenever we receive anything, that it needs to have a specific dollar amount, so that we're counting it into our inventory, our possession, or we're just leaving that.
Well, so it's my understanding the way, and I would have to rely on the administration, the way inventory works, is a dollar amount, of course, would be helpful information, but it's more about the product, making sure that you have a number or something that links that product to the district, so it's clear that that product is now, or whatever it is owned by the district.
Yes,
Is
yes,
that
yes,
accurate,
ma'am.
Mr.
Yes,
Lee?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am, but we have to actually attach his asset number to it
Yes.
now. So showing the location, where it's located at, and so we can be inventory, the beginning of the year, middle of the year, and end of the year.
And it would be, a problem right now until we get the, completed, items. I'm sure they're going to send this to run, not an invoice, so to speak, the cost, the item, the model number, and the cost. And then when they have to go back and fix assets and implement those model numbers, and the cost.
Mr. Vick, we do have the serial numbers, attached, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that will match the invoice, it's not an invoice because it's not a bill. A statement that we received from the company will match the, items that we had, correct?
Correct.
But Ms. Dillon, what you're saying is that the district will receive a detailed,
Yes,
I guess, itemization of the value of each of the instruments
Yes.
once the last instrument
Yes.
is received.
yes. Any more questions? All in favor? Aye.
Dale Hart, aye.
Opposed?
3.5, approval of MOU for career coach for Macomb High School and Denver Junior High, Central Mississippi Planning and Development District.
Can I have a motion and a second?
I move to be approved of the MOU for career coach for the high school and the junior high.
Can I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Dale Hart, aye.
Opposed?
Number 4, we have personnel personnel recommendation for the 26-27 school year.
Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
I second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Aye.
Dale Hart, aye.
Opposed?
Number 5, approval of lease agreement with Music and Art pending attorney review.
Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Aye.
Dale Hart, aye.
Opposed? At this time, can I have a motion to adjourn the special call meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Dale Hart.
All in favor?
Aye.
Dale Hart, aye.
Opposed? At this time, I would like to call August 3rd work session to order. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Dale Hart, aye.
Opposed? At this time, we'll have Macomb School District Vision and Mission Statement. 30 seconds of silence, adoption of minutes, technology update, today or next week.
That's at your pleasure, Madam President. I have it tonight or whenever.
I was asking,
Tonight, fine.
Yes, sir.
okay?
Over the last 30 days, we've had a few things going on in the technology department. The first part was the start of the school year. It's always one of our busiest times of the year where we're onboarding new teachers, new staff, but also making sure that returning teachers and staff have access to their appropriate resources. In the last 30 days, the technology staff have closed 615 tickets. 328 of those tickets were actually tech requests that didn't have anything to do with ID badges for new staff members. We also addressed issues with ClassLink, with new programs coming through curriculum, making sure that they had the correct access to the schools that needed it first. Part of our cyber grant that we've actually closed out, we're setting up the implementation of Fortinet, which is part of a firewall system that's going into the district office. We have plans to meet with the company this week and next week to make sure that we're putting it in the right way and make sure that we've installed it correctly. This fall, we are also starting an E-rate UPS project. Attorney Day has already reviewed that. I have not yet been able to go through her changes yet, and I'm going to be looking at those in the next couple of days. But with the superintendent's recommendation, this will be coming to the board in September for permission to actually start the process to advertise for an RFP. In the last 30 days, we've renewed hardware and software support for Extreme, Barclay Security with maintenance, the Summit Security System install, ClassLink, Edlio, Finalsite, InfoSec, and we're in the process of reviewing Central Access and SAMS. I've also sent some information to Attorney Day related to last year's data breach with Instructure. I'm going to wait for her to send me some information back. We did reach out to our community last year to explain what happened and what was lost. I'm going to let her review that information. I sent her to make sure there's nothing additional that Macomb School District needs to do when it comes to information and anything sent out to the community or stakeholders. Last but not least, we have been working with our company, RJ Young, for our copiers to get a few of the issues we're having district-wide with that taken care of. And we should have that addressed within the next 5 to 7 days.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Dr. Brooks, have a question?
Yes, sir.
On our E-rate, what changes are we anticipating, and where are we with it by city
No, sir. There's an RFP project. The attorney, they review the actual RFP. She made some suggestions for the wording so that when it comes to the board, it's going to be both state and federal legal guidelines for an E-rate project that's being funded through the district and E-rate sources.
So I guess what I'm trying to really clarify is that what are our intentions for E-rate funding?
So
What are we what are we targeting funds for?
Right, so our category 1 purchases are already designated. That is for our internet services through ceasefire and our WAN services at Unity Fiber. We're in a 5-year contract, a 3-year contract with one and a 5-year contract with the other. Those are set in stone. I can't alter that till the contract comes up. This is a category 2 purchase. This is equipment or services in the sense that we're looking for universal power supplies to replace the ones that don't work here at central office. They've been down now for over a year. This is going to replace those to make sure that when the network goes down, that we don't lose internet services district-wide. This is going to support all of our schools and buildings through this purchase. This is our first category 2 purchase that we're making in this 5-year cycle.
Okay, so when you're saying this category 2 is going to address the UPS.
The UPS for all the schools, yes, every building in the district.
And that's it?
That's it.
Just the UPS?
Yes, for right now. We're talking about in the future looking at some recabling projects. They take about a year to put in place. The one that we're starting now, the board approved the RFP in September. We won't actually see that product or services installed until next summer. It's about an 8 to 12 month process once you start E-rate from the start of the process to when it actually gets installed.
Any more questions?
Thank you, Mr. Biggs.
Yes, sir.
Next we have Macomb School District Police Department July report. Any questions or concerns? I just have a comment. We appreciate this because in the past we have not received this cycle report, but we can clearly see what the infraction was.
Yes, sir.
That's what I've been requesting.
That's gonna be, nothing update.
So it probably, in the next year, it might change.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
But I do have a concern. I don't know if they already had open houses. So I know there's been a big deal with our disciplinary issues. Are we gonna try to have, during our open house, make sure that the parents, and that might be done by our parent engagement thing, understand that vapes can lead to expulsion, you know?
Yes, ma'am, we're gonna stress that, especially in our middle school and high school, Madam President. But also, we are updating our tracking devices that we have in our restroom. We are upgrading this, so we allow, our principal and assistant principal to use their phone so they can detect, they can communicate the classroom.
I thought we purchased those devices last year, or the year before, they're not working.
Now, we purchased them last year, and we got them installed, toward the second semester, but we didn't purchase the cloud portion of it, and I can see it on the telephone.
Okay.
Madam President.
All right, thank you for the report. Any more questions? Next, we're gonna have review of the minutes. Any questions or concerns? Review and approve of financial statements. Any questions or concerns?
Will, first,
Dr. Burke?
will our financial reports reflect our current ratio percentage?
The current, what, Dr.
Our percentage of where we are.
You mean for about fund operating now?
Right.
Yes, sir, it definitely will. That'll be one of the, reports that y'all will get next week. What, you wanna comment on that at all?
Trying to get an understanding. You said the ratio.
Well,
You
what I
don't
mean,
ask me last.
I mean, what I've been asking for is to make sure that on at least one of our financial reports, that it reflects what we are carrying, where we are, you know, we are required to maintain a certain
Okay,
percentage.
so I thought that's what you were trying to ask. But I did do the math when we left out of here, and yes, we are above definitely the 7%, which I told us by law, 6 and 7% the district have to have. But we're well above that amount. And I wanna say it maybe, that was last week, 15, 16%, somewhere along there.
Really, well, that's the operating fund we're looking at today, correct?
That's
That's the fund we're looking at today?
yeah, that's, that's what we were working with today, yeah, exactly.
I just want to make
Yes.
sure.
Yeah, and you can see, we still don't have the actual fund balance from last year yet, because we're still working. We still have a couple of things that you have to, clean up your books, so to speak, that has to happen, but, yeah, that should not change, too much for the degree of parents, either up or down.
Ms. Hall? We on the claim, you have a question about financial statement, or you bring up the claim, like, any more questions about financial statement?
Well, Madam President, while we're on the financial statement, we will have all of them come in, this week and close out FY 24, correct?
Yes, they'll be working on, and like I explained in one of the retreat, they are gonna be working on 24, 25, and 26 all at the same time.
Okay.
Yes. So we're trying to get them caught up and finished.
But we will be having monthly updates, right, Mr. B, on the
Correct.
process, okay?
Yes, ma'am, we will have a monthly update on our unit audit.
Next, we'll have review and approval of claims docket, one at a time, please. Who would like to go first? Ms. Hopper?
Claims docket number 848-399. It says supplies for pre-K. $2,704. So exactly where, is this the new school?
No, ma'am, that's the learning collaborative, I'll let you look at yourself.
Yes, sir, it's a learning collaborative, supplies, we wanted, because of the short summer, we wanted to make sure that we get that as soon as possible. It's always supplies and supplies, and there are funds available. We want to ensure that we remember these items we asked for on the supply list because of the short summer. And for the pre-K, there were funds available to get all items on the supply list, for this school term, so, that's what that is.
Second is, things like 848-406 Doubletree Hotel and Lux, it just says hotel. So what is the reason for the hotel? And what employee do we have?
That was a PD for Ms. Carter. Ms. Carter, you want to explain what that PD was about?
It's actually coming up in September, so it's city council for exceptional children conference.
Wait, 1 second. Mr. Vic, with those, type of, claims docket, we have requested, and it has been done in the past, that we put the person's name on a claim docket unless it's a department, we'll put the department, that way we can clearly see that on the claims docket. It helps the auditors, because it normally have hotel / whoever the person is, but this one do not.
Yes, ma'am.
So we need to, that needs to be regular.
Yes, ma'am.
Claim docket number 848-408. We have the Barclay for each location, and then we have this Barclay charge for $39.71.
The Barclay for 3971 is the new summit location, that's the installation and the service fee for the year.
That's it, Ms. Hall?
Yes.
Dr. Burks? I probably have said it at home. Dr. Burks, Mr. Hall. I pray.
Okay, let's look at the document number 848404. Why is this claim docket just now being paid when the incident happened in November? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir, I did talk to, board president, we was finding an older claim docket that needs to go back and pay, Dr. Burke. First thing we doing is verify that they are on, legit claim, and we'll pay them as soon as we can, Dr. Burke. This incident happened back in November, and we investigated it and finalized it around February of this year, 26th. But the invoice had not came forward to the board until now.
Okay, the reason I'm questioning is because it was, to my understanding, they had been taken care of. That's the reason why I'm asking. So,
Yes, sir, and I understand your concern. In the sense that a PO had been issued and our employee car had been fixed, they had been taken care of. But the invoice had never been actually paid. Now, Ms. Gaines is going back and doing a thorough search of all of our overdue invoices, which we have found some that will be coming forth, as I had discussed with Ms. Dillon earlier last week. But we're gonna take care of them as quickly as we can. And our intent is to get caught up and stay caught up going forward.
okay. Docket number 848409. I'm trying to get this for clarification. I don't understand. This is 17,000 versus 403. The location, I'm not understanding. When I go to the itemized list, when I go to the itemized list, I don't come up with the same amount. So, which location, this is for the energy, the light bill?
Yes, sir.
It says Virginia Avenue.
Yes, sir.
So, that's what I'm talking about.
So right here, if you look at the second claim document, Dr. Burks, that is, 310 7th Street, 720. So I'm guessing that's the gyms, the tax, the field house, the tennis court, because down here, the total is correct, it's on the next, if you open the next slide, it adds up all those buildings into one. It's the second, the invoice where it breaks it down, it's on the second, tab, at the bottom. Now,
Yes, it starts on the first page and goes over to the second page.
So, the total amount of our light bill is 49,000, 10,000, and then an additional 17,000. What you're saying? I'm sorry, 49,000.
Yeah, the 49,000 is the total
It's the
amount.
total.
But the 17 was the one that 49.
yes.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yes.
Okay. I see it. But I just don't understand why that was that much unless it was multiple.
It is, it's listed on the second, on the invoice sheet.
Yes, sir. So it includes, if you count a total of 8 different buildings.
17,000.
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything else, Dr. Burks? Ms. Morton, you have anything?
I do, as a simple
two questions. One, we can find it on page 4 of our 5-page document. Here where it's, claim number 848416, the Danco building, this football storage building. Is this, because I know when we toured in February, there was a building out there, a practice field. Is this what we're replacing, or is this something else? Are you aware?
Yes, ma'am, I'm fully aware. This summer, I guess, then, after the development, Gibson, that we need to replace that building because it got to the point where it couldn't be repaired for the high school.
Yes, sir.
So, we're replacing that storage building, for
That was what I wanted to have that clarification on. And my next one is on page 1 of the document, 5-page document. It's 848400 education graphic, and this is a poster or banner.
Yes, ma'am, once again, that's what I'm, urban learning collaborative. And this will can explain that part, doesn't it?
I just wondered, what does it say? What, is it something we're gonna be keeping up permanently or whatever?
Yes, and it's a poster maker for the teachers, a
What's
lot of.
supposed to make her?
It's a poster maker.
Okay, that's good. Okay, thanks. I was thinking it was a banner that we were paying $4,000 for almost 5, but it's a maker. Okay, I understand. Thanks.
And Mr. Big, if you don't mind, I just have a question about marathon. And what can we do? And I've been asking it 5 years now. Most financial programs have a way that you run open PO that you can put in a date. Can we have a report that shows any open POs? That way, we ran that report today, we'll know we got something that's out there in February.
Yeah, you can run a report. Now, the problem might be if, say for instance, that was not entered in, a purchase order was not done for the particular item.
Well, I'm gonna just say this here, Ms. Washington, nothing should be purchased without pre-approval, period, from the superintendent. That's what the policy says. So if we got something out there that ain't been pre-approved, they can be held responsible for the policy or not getting pre-approval.
I agree with you 100.
So right now, if we have something open that's this far back, because this had an open PO for it, but we covered from February the 19th, because we approved us selling that claim. So there should have been something out there. So that's not something out there, and that's something the superintendent got to deal with his personnel issues. But let's run that report that shows that we have anything open. That way we can contact the vendors. If we don't have the invoice, and we can pay them, and we can finally put this problem to rest. Right, Mr. Vick?
Yes, ma'am. But in the meantime, Madam President, I do want to stress this. There's no question from talking with Ms. Gaines and Ms. Washington and talking to the maintenance director. We have still some old invoices that we're gonna have to pay.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to put it to rest, but we gotta go back and take care of some bills that we do owe.
Well, no, that's no problem. I think my issue at this point, at this juncture, we can't wait till we find an invoice that somebody owes. It's a simple, I do this every day. It's a report you can run to say, okay, I have an invoice or a PO that have not been paid, or the work have not been done within 30 days. I do it every day.
Yes, ma'am.
So we need to run that report once a week for the next couple of weeks until we clear out the system and we correct it. Now, once we catch up, nobody shouldn't be coming in without an invoice without pre-approved PO. It's things that we have set in place through policy that says if you need something, you gotta get approval from the superintendent before you call a vendor and say, deliver me some books.
So what I'm hearing is, the directive for Mr. Bigg and Ms. Washington to get together and and they'll develop a protocol to see what is out there, so that, like Mr. Big said, that the district will go ahead and pay its bills.
Yes. Yes, and catch up.
Yes.
Because the policy is clear that we should have pre-approval, so it shouldn't be nothing out there like Ms. Washington said that was not already put, that's the first thing. But the
But I just
second
want
thing
to make
is,
sure that it was clear that the exact protocol
yeah,
will be established.
yes. So we can catch up.
Yes, ma'am.
Any more questions about the claims docket?
Yes.
Ms.
Okay,
Hall?
I'm back to what Ms. Martin talked about, 848-399, I'm sorry, no, 848-400. Can we get that changed to post-record instead of that post-record banner? I'll be pushing that to Commissioner Smith, $2,700 on post-record.
Just gonna say postal making machine.
Yeah.
Alright, the machine.
So that the auditor would have a clear understanding.
Thank you.
Next, we'll have report and presentation of the business of the superintendent.
Thank you, Madam President. Report and presentation of the business of the superintendent. 10A, we have a consent agenda. Approval of out-of-state trip.
Any questions or concerns?
I'll say yes.
Dr. Burks?
This trip is a cost to the district.
Dr. President, I will look into it and I will. B, we have regular agenda, approval of several mine section 4627.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 2, we have approval of Everway Agreement 2627.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 3, have approval of university startup.
Any questions or concerns?
Yes.
Dr. Burks?
I'm not clear on the scope of work, and when I read the contract, it's, you know, the usual contract, lingo, but it's not being specific on what is going to be provided.
Yes, sir, the company provides more clarity.
Yes, sir, it's a technology platform for the transition planning for our students that are 14 and up, that is required by their IPs. And so it has, some of the assessment components as far as those, transition surveys, and then ways to be able to track and, do the student interest and whatever have you, and provide a program that is geared for their, transition plan.
Okay, it would help in the last report, policies that we posted on the, you know, just a brief summary on the minimum. When we post it that way, we won't have to ask this question. Sometimes you have to really dig in deep in order to get an understanding of comprehension of the services. The other thing is that it also includes what we call a contract request form for each of the contracts. Am I not correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and on this particular contract form, it has the form of superintendent.
Yes, sir, we will correct that, Dr. Burks.
Any more questions?
I don't have a question, I just want to second that motion that Dr. Brooks is making a point on, in that there's, for us, speak for myself, there's a lot that we have to read, and it would just be good if we could have what I call on the cover page and an elevator pitch, just telling us what it is, that way we're not having to
try to make a determination on that, on all, whenever there is such a, contract.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Number 4, we have approval of letter service agreement.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 5, approval of small six deed agreement.
Any questions or concerns?
Yes.
Ms. Hall?
I would like to know what the smart looks like.
Yes, ma'am. This is a service that we have to utilize in child nutrition. They monitor all of our freezers and refrigerators, and if we get a notation, typically it's too high, so we won't have food that's spoiled.
There again, the scope of work is not clear.
Yes, sir.
And we'll add it on the cover letter. As well, also with that, it indicates in this particular contract that it should have exhibit B, but I didn't find it. You know, that's, I'm reading like one about it. It says something. Not an exhibit. It says that exhibit B is going to be a part of it.
I think one is should be the proposal, and the other one would be the mandatory addendum. So that mandatory addendum is exhibit A, and exhibit B is the proposal, which looks like it's the 8th page in that document.
Okay, but you understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of reading and understand what we approve. And we still don't, not clear on what it is that we approve.
Any more questions?
Number 6, approval of Heartland Solutions.
Any questions or concerns?
Yes.
Ms.
So,
Hall?
I guess you're doing my own research, this is our payroll. Right?
Yes.
Alright, so this does not require any type of written contract, or it doesn't have any compensation, is that not required?
I will speak with, Ms. Williams on that. And I'll keep you down with that.
Thank you.
But I do have a question. In the agreement, they have an 18%
Late fee.
late fee.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, and they require, well, most jobs, most businesses require 30, 45 days, and we struggle with that. So it's an 18%. So we need to be mindful.
Yes, ma'am.
Any more questions about all that?
Number 7, approval of central access agreement.
Any questions or concerns?
Question,
Dr. Burks?
well, I have a couple questions. First, I need to know, I need to understand, is when I look at the contract, I try to access clear understanding on where we are and what we're doing and what we're looking to do. I'm still not clear on exactly what is going to be the cost of the renewal of the subscription. Is it the 38,000, or when I look at the exhibits, it has components. So what components are we that come to the district? Which one are we subscribing to? And second part of this question is about, are we going to subscribe to a specific type of training, or are we going to subscribe to the open enrollment training? And that would be the training I'm assuming, in my experience, as needed.
Ms. Biggs?
Is this central access Sam's or Marathon component that you're asking about, Mr. Burch? Because there's two. Sam's. Sam's is our student information system. It's used K-12. We've been using it for as long as I've been in the school district. The fact that it's coming to you actually after July 1st is because not just the renewal dates. It's $17,000 plus for the year is how much we would pay for the renewal costs. If I'm quoting correctly, I may be wrong on that. I gotta go back and look at it. It may be more, it's what was listed. There actually was attached in my packet, because I actually gave you two quotes. Because it was late, I actually did seek a second vendor. Power School was my second vendor. They provided a second quote. They are significantly over what Central Access charges. So I went with the lower what we've been using, which is Central Access. And I did include the quote from both companies in that package.
Okay, so that's for the confusion. Because I just thought we just renewing what we already subscribed.
It is, it's a late renewal, but because we were late and the contract had expired, I did get a second quote, which was required by law. So I had to go out and look at a second vendor to see whether we had another opportunity or another offering that would be better. Those are your two comparisons.
Okay. What about the training?
Central Access that we've been using for, like I said, the last 20 years. We provide training in-house. Mosquito Newton or myself provided in-house with issues or questions with administrators or teachers.
Any more questions?
And just for your information, it looks like the proposal is on page 30 of that document. It's a lot of pages, and it's 16,800.
Thank you.
But it's page 30.
Gotta make sure I have what's legal.
But that would, that's another reason why that kind of summarization should be on the cover, so that we can know exactly what we're looking at.
We can create an executive summary template. I'll work with this.
That would be great.
Thank you.
We know that we don't want to pay for this and this.
Yes, ma'am. Number 8, approval of MOU with Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation and Macomb School District.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 9, approval of discussion of proposed calendar.
Any questions or concerns?
Yes.
Ms. Holmes?
On the July agenda, item to be added, it says summary of exit interviews of key employees. Who defines the key employees?
Well, myself, along with other people like the manager, wrestler, and deputy superintendent, we decided the key people that need those interviews.
Thank you.
Any questions or concerns about the, Dr. Burks?
So we are, following what we agreed to enforce the calendar concern.
Exactly, that's the full intent of what we're going to do now, we're going to apply it month by month. Number 10, approval of policy and student handbook attendance review.
Any questions or concerns? I just have to say that our on-site policy revision things have been 100% done. 100%. We go on a policy, the updates, everything.
Number 11, approval of revision of school calendar specific for 6 days of September 11, 2026.
Any questions or concerns? I just want to say that that's homecoming, correct?
Correct, that is correct, Madam President. C, approval of revised agreement with Giver Oil.
Any questions or concerns?
Yes. see in this particular, document where the field, for the school year are listed, but, we have no figures that are included in the document. Should we have some kind of estimation or anticipated amount? And it's also, for the company, the fuel company, there is no, limitation of authorized representatives.
I didn't hear your question, Dr. Burks.
Okay, on the fuel amount.
Yes, sir.
There, we have where the calendar, the school calendar year is identified, like from, 2026 to 2027. Is that where we have to list the, I know it's speaking in terms of the duration of the contract, but do we have to have financial information listed?
So how we got that number, first of all, how we got that number is, what we did was, last year, we went back and we would pay them month to month.
Well, he's looking at the numbers, not actually on here.
It's not on there.
Okay, but
They're not on
we do
there.
have the numbers.
We do have
it. Okay.
That's why the question is, there's no numbers.
They're just not on, they're not in this document. They need to be added to the document. They do, you all do have the estimate,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
an estimate for the next 3 years
Yes, ma'am.
of this contract.
Correct.
Those numbers just need to be added, Dr. Burke.
Okay, that's my question.
Oh, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. We have those numbers, yearly numbers, yes, sir.
And then, we also need to have an identified authorized representative for the company, who we're gonna communicate with.
Yes, sir.
D, we have miscellaneous business, out of district transfer.
Any questions or concerns?
Next, we have 11 personnel recommendations.
Any questions or concerns? We have one executive session. Unless it's something that you, if this is a work session that you might want to do with the superintendent about. At this time, can I have a motion to adjourn the work session?
Motion.
Can I have a second, Mr. Hart?
Second. Dale Hart.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye. Dale Hart.
Opposed?
Quit laughing, idiot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night, Dale.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
That's it.